See how we looking. See how we looking. Salute everybody. As you guys know, when we do this live, I, like anybody's live, we try to give a few minutes for people to get in the room. So if you're watching this on a replay, you might want to fast forward about 2 minutes. Um, that'll be best. In between that, salute to I believe his name is Tax Time Deliverer or Delivery, something like that. Salute to him. If you guys haven't seen, I've posted plenty of videos of my not videos, excuse me, pictures and stuff like that on my Instagram, on my Twitter, of the custom shoes that I do, custom sneakers, not shoes, sneakers. And Tax Time said he think I should do a pair of Shaq sneakers for DME Detroit. It's a good idea. It'll definitely be funny. Um, if anybody, salute Dre, salute Epske. Everybody go follow my man Epske1. Epske's back on Twitter. You know the fuckery he be on. So my man's back. He got damn near suspended in the first 10 minutes he was back, but he's back. So go follow Epske. I believe it's spelled EP, what, however the fuck you spell his name, but with a 1 at the end. Alright? Epske, put it in the chat so people know where the fuck to follow you, man. It's EPTSKAY with the number 1, I believe is his new page. Put it in the chat. Tatted, what up? Yeah, Lloyd Banks, Tatted. We're going to talk about that situation. Also, go follow Tatted on Instagram and his YouTube page. Tatted, I see you just put a new video up on your YouTube. That's something I'm definitely going to go watch when I'm done. For everybody, man. If you need a quick laugh, anything of that nature, go check out Tatted Teflon on Instagram and his YouTube page, but mostly on the Instagram because that's where he got most of the stuff at. He got the Snitchu Jones, the Snitchu Jones track that he just did. You got to check that out. I haven't got to watch it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fire. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So Tax Time Delivery said I should do a pair of custom sneakers for DME. It should be the Shaquille O'Neal joints. Yeah, follow him at tatted_Teflon on Instagram, Twitter, and then check out his page. Salute T-Boo. So again, before I forget, if you guys really want me to do custom Shaq sneakers for DME, I need y'all to commission that, man. There's always a link in my description or where you could donate to the channel. If y'all donate to the channel, I'm dead serious gonna gonna do custom Shaq sneakers. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check on my Twitter. I posted a picture earlier on my YouTube. And you can check my Instagram. You can check at JLegend100 or at Latitude, the word Latitude, and then the numbers 4047. That's where you see a lot of the pictures and stuff like that of the custom sneakers I do. And well, there's other people who post pictures of sneakers I've done for them. So you know, it's not hard to find. But again, if you really want me to do the Shaq sneakers, if y'all donate, I'm gonna do them shits. I don't know how much them sneakers cost. I can't imagine they cost much. And I don't know what the shipping and shit costs. I'll pay for the paints and all the other stuff. But if you really want me to do them sneakers for DME, go donate. The link is in my description all the time on how you can donate. Alright, so that'll be fucking hilarious. So I think it was DNA's live. On somebody's live, Lloyd Banks commented and said that he would get John up out of here. I don't know. First off, Lloyd Banks is a dope MC, a dope lyricist. Has had hit records, plenty of success, but he's one of those guys who pretty much works at his own pace, do what he wants to do. Lloyd Banks should have had way more albums out by now, way more hits, even though he got hits. But I guess for some people, the stardom or the attention or whatever just isn't for them. I know some talented people who, in different ways, art, actual painting or something like that. I know people who could rap, people who could do beats. I know a lot of people who can do a lot of stuff, comedians. But the issue with them is they're so dope in what they're doing, but they don't want the attention. They don't ever want the spotlight. They don't want to feel like they're begging people to support. They don't want to feel like that. So they don't push what it is that they do. It's almost like, they hope that you catch on at some point. Salute, Shannon. But Lloyd Banks has always been one of them kind of guys. He doesn't really like the fame, you know what I'm saying? But salute, Andrea. She said the fame is something else. Yes, it absolutely is. But Lloyd Banks is one of those guys that you just like, yo, there's no way, like he should. FK said, did you ever graph, Jjdd? Yeah, I used to. I never used to do it with like spray paints and stuff. I used to do shirts with spray paints when I was way younger. And I used to definitely do a lot of graffiti on desks, on walls. I used to get in trouble in school all the time for drawing all over the desk and all kind of wild shit. It's been a long time since I actually done like actual, like what they would call a throw or what they would call a piece. I haven't done that in a very long time, but I'm pretty sure that if somebody commissions it, I'm pretty sure I can still do it. So yeah, Lloyd Banks is one of the people who stood away from the limelight. Of course, people still know his name from the G Unit days. This guy has had some of the most legendary freestyles. And here's the thing: people confuse freestyles with freestyling off the head. Yes, you could write a freestyle. The reason why it's called a freestyle is there's no structure to it. There's no hook to it. There's no bridge. There's none of that stuff. That's why it's called a freestyle. Someone just rapping. And then you got freestyling off the head, which is stuff that we see a lot in battle rap when guys are rebuttaling and stuff like that. So they're two different things. Because I always see people say, "Oh, that stuff was written," or the dude's homeboy there is saying some of the bars with him. That's not a freestyle. That's written. Yeah, but there's a such thing as a written freestyle, clearly. And Lloyd Banks has said some of the most legendary ones. As much as Lloyd Banks watches battle rap, because he does. He tweets about battle rap, all that. Always give everybody their props. As much as he pays attention to battle rap, he cannot do this. He cannot do this against John John. Let me tell you something, man. One thing in our culture is that we can be brutally honest, and sometimes we can just damn near brutal. So we would sit there and downplay some of our very own people's talent to say how dope they are. Now I understand at the beginning of the URL part of John John's career, because people forget he was on Grind Time and all that stuff before URL. When he got into that, he was known for he spent too much time flipping other people's bars. But when he battled them, and some people just was like, yo, you always stealing somebody's style, right? And that kind of stigma kind of stuck to John John. In the last few years, he showed us how dangerous he is and why people can't. I don't think that John John has a clear loss in these last, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years. I could be wrong. I don't remember him having a clear loss. He's definitely had some clear wins. And listen, I watched him beat the shit out of Rum Nitty, and weeks later, people try to say, "Oh no, Rum won." I don't know how you saw that, but arguably, Rum Nitty, right now is the best in battle rap. Arguably, if he isn't the best, he's top 3. I don't think you can argue that point. We're not talking about your favorites. We're talking right now. If we're going on skills and all the other things, right now, Rum Nitty has to be top 3. He might be number 1 on a lot of people's list. He's number 1. We watched John John beat him clearly. I understand the Rum Nitty fans were not. No. We watched John John beat him clearly. I don't see how someone like Lloyd Banks, who we don't even know when's the last time he battled, period, who here and there is in and out of moods to write music, record music, anything of this nature. How is he gonna sit there if he has hard times focusing or has a hard time with? I just don't see how he sits there and creates 3 rounds that can not only stand up to what John John is doing, but that can actually beat John John. I'm telling you right now, I don't think that there is an industry rapper who can even have a debatable with John John. I don't see it happen. I just don't see it happen. I've seen people in the past say dumb shit like, oh, John John and some of those other dudes need to see Cassidy for what? Cassidy would fucking die. We've seen him die already. We've seen him die. Like, no. And I've said this before. Rum Nitty, John John, these are two dudes Cassidy needs to stay the fuck away from. It'll get so bad. Like, so bad. Not even the TRBRC could even fucking defend that shit. King Los. That'll be the name who people hold in highest regard because people feel he did the best coming back to battle rap. I would think that 40 Cal had a hell of a showing, man. And what we've seen from 40 Cal in these last few months, you have to salute the man. Especially creatively. But 40 Cal ain't fucking with John John. Listen, we have seasoned veterans in the battle rap culture who this is what they do for a living, who can't fuck with John John. So how do you think that one of these dudes are gonna come into this format? And it better not even be in a small room. It better not be in a listen, I don't care what room it is. It don't have to be in. It could be on a rooftop, in the park, in a parking lot. Doesn't matter. I don't think that they can come up with 3 rounds that could fuck with one of John John's rounds. That's my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel about that. That's the reason why we got the chat room. Feel free, but I just don't see a scenario where any, not a Royce the 5'9", not a J. Cole, not none of these dudes. Like, not a Busta Rhymes, I don't care who you mention. There is not an industry rapper who can stand toe to toe with John John for 3 rounds. I don't even think they could do it for 1 round. Let me run through some of these comments before we move on. Andrea says, seems like MCs like Banks battle in the streets and then know what it is like to be on the stage. So maybe they feel combining the two is more doable. I'm not sure though. That's a great point, Andrea. That's a great point. I could definitely see your point. But I think we will be on agreement they cannot fuck with no John John. T-Boo, meaning not getting paid for the verses. That's why it's freestyle. No, T-Boo, that's not that why. A freestyler just has no format. That's all a freestyle is. It's just like freestyle music. Most of the things that's freestyle, there's no format to it. You just out there doing whatever the fuck you want to do. When you purchase a basketball video game, you go into practice mode, and then that's why it has different options, including freestyle. What happens when you're in freestyle? There's no format. You just do whatever the fuck you want to do. FSK said Lloyd Banks need a warm-up. No, he don't. He just need not to get in the ring. Shannon said, Unway, facts, he should battle 40 Cal. That might make more sense. Andrea said, yeah, they definitely need to do a warm-up and not just jump out there. Agreed, but it depends who. Listen, these industry rappers have a better chance of battling an industry rapper than a battle rapper. I just don't see how it's going to happen. What's up, J Biz? Salute, Sense and Blue. Said Banks would get washed. Absolutely. T-Boo, is this booked on URL RB? It's not booked at all. Lloyd Banks just jumped in the chat and made a comment that he would get John out of here. Andrew says, different world. Just because you can rap doesn't mean that you can stand with a current battler. There's more to it. There's absolutely more to it, Andrea. Again, great point. There's absolutely more to it. John ducked ill will though. Come on, T-Boo. The man fucking was sick and all kind of shit. Was honestly, when you know a John ducking anybody. All right, let's move on to the next topic. And the next topic is, actually it's 2. Number 1, ARP's long ass fucking blogs. Salute ARP, man. You know. So yeah, I can share lives on Twitter again. It's lit. Again, y'all go follow FSK on Twitter, man. He's back, and hopefully they don't get his ass up out of here in this next week. Um. So yeah, first off, I don't know how many times we gotta tell ARP these long, drawn out fucking blogs. And just come on, man. So yesterday he did another hour and a half blog unnecessarily, and I understood he wasted like the first 10 minutes waiting for people to get in the room. When he started talking, there was about 300 people in the room. Um, but damn, man, like come on, man. Now some of his topics was funny, some of the stuff he said was funny. Um, but he, a big point of it, which was, it was weird because one of the topics he wanted to talk about was the event that they had thrown, but he gave no details. Only detail he says that is happening in August, and that they're gonna consider letting some fans there. Now, here's my thing. He said the space that they're renting out can hold about 5,000 people, but they're including production staff and battle rappers. They're gonna try to keep it to 30 to 40 people. And he said there'll be more than enough space for people to stay away from each other, and they might let some people in the building. Now, I'm on the mindset that they're gonna do this in Atlanta because that's where everybody's been mostly doing stuff. And again, if you watched any of my blogs, if you watch the interviews that we done with on the Union channel, you'll see that even Lawrence has admitted that it's a lot cheaper for everyone to do it in Atlanta. The venues cost less, and traveling. Instead of everybody having to go from one whole side all the way to the other, everybody just meets in the middle, and that's what's been working for them. So my assumption is that's the way they're gonna do it again. So I guess from the way he's saying it, they're gonna invite certain people. Overall, I think that's a bad idea. And I understand why they had to do it. If some of you guys didn't pay attention or haven't paid attention in the last few months, RB actually had an event that was set up, and it just wasn't announced yet. But they have confirmed that they had an event set up, or was in the midst of setting up. They already had given deposits out. So this is why this event is happening. I don't know fully that this is exactly why they're doing it at this time, but I'm pretty sure with that money tied up, they couldn't wait another few months. And then now you got guys who, you're gonna have all kind of problems with guys. You know what I'm saying? Because money was paid out. There's gonna be a bunch of issues. But I do think that they have to limit the amount of people. Like first he said they're gonna have the battle rappers and they're +1, right? So if you got, I don't know, 5 battles, it means you got 10 people. Those 10 people all together can bring 10 people, right? Or right there alone, you got 20 people that's not including the RB staff, not including the production company. But then he turns around and says they're gonna let them dudes get a +2. So that's 20 extra people. So you got 10 battle rappers plus 20 people from their crews. Maybe another 5 to 6 members of production, and then the members of the staff. You do the math on how many people that is, right? And it's like I just see a recipe for disaster, because we just saw this at the URL situation, and what happened? You end up with 3 people coming out with the virus. At least 3 people who showed symptoms. I was praying for Av, was praying for John, was praying for Don Marino. Everybody seems to be getting better. Av was the one who was hit the worst, and he's finally out the hospital. Salute to him. So my point in saying this is, if I'm RBE, I understand that you're talking about a space that holds 500 or 5,000 people. I don't remember how much they said. I understand you got a space that does that. But when people start rapping, they're going to get next to each other. If you saw the footage of the interviews that was happening on Hip Hop Is Real, 15 Minutes of Fame and all of that, when they were at the events, they were still doing interviews in the parking lot. You see all these dudes hanging out in the parking lot. You see a bunch of them showing up in the same car. So my thing is, how are you really going to keep people away from each other? I just don't see why you just be like, yo, fam, check this out. We're only going to have the production there, and we're only going to have the battle rappers there. No, you can't have a +1. You want to fly in with a +1? Cool. They can't be at the event. Or you give people time slots. Say, okay, you coming with your plus one, you coming with your plus one. Guess what? We're only gonna allow if you're not battling and stuff, you can't be in the venue and you can't be hanging out in the front around each other. That's the only way you're gonna keep these. Because listen, from our standpoint, we want the entertainment and we want some sort of real battle rap. We want face-to-face battles happening. I personally don't want that. I'm fine with all the battles we have on YouTube. Why? Because I don't. It's not worth the risk to me. I don't want nobody involved to be at risk. I don't want the cameraman at risk. I don't want RB staff at risk. I don't want the owners of the place that actually got to open the place up or the security. I don't want nobody to be at risk for this. This is not worth nobody's life. It's not worth none of the stuff that comes with it. But hey, if you have to do it, you have to do this the best you can. Because going from, oh, we're not letting nobody there, to, oh, we're going to let the battle rappers have a plus one, to, oh, we're going to let battle rappers have a plus two, to, oh, we're going to invite certain fans. Yo, like, come on now. Come on now. Like, we saw RBE say, yo, they not going to allow a certain amount of people on the stage. They still do this shit. If you ever been to, especially in the club that they used to do it here in New York, Club Drum. If you see how VIP, most of the time I'm either in VIP or on the stage. So I know what I'm talking about. They would tell you, oh, we're gonna no. Every time a battle rapper comes to battle, they come with their entourage, and all these people get into these areas for free that we paid all this money for. Then not only do we not get to be able to see the battle that much, everybody's all on each other. So how are you gonna avoid that? You know how this goes. Like, why even take that risk? I just don't understand that. There's another option. Either do it the way I said, only allow the people who's gonna battle to be in that vicinity at the moment, and everybody get a time slot. Right? You could do it like that, or why not pre-record it and put it out as a VOD? That's just the way I feel about it. That might be more along the lines that I'll do it. I just then say, yo, we're gonna pre-record this shit, boom. You know, we're not gonna do too much editing to it. You know, of course we're gonna edit out, you know, the shit in between, how much time it take, and put the shit out as a VOD. People still gonna buy it. Listen, and then we got a few of them here in this chat. But you're gonna have people who gonna buy it, and then you're gonna have people who are gonna bootleg it. There's no stopping that. And in this situation, you have more control of what actually gets put out there. Because there be, you know, we've heard people say shit when they thought the mics were off. We seen all kind of shit. So for me, I think the VOD is better. It's also safer. There, you could definitely give people time slots. Film the fucking battles. All right, all y'all get out. Now it's time for the next group. Do it. You sit there, you film the 5 battles, 6 battles, and then you throw it out as a VOD. That's just my opinion. Clearly, that's not what they're gonna do. Let me see what's going on in this chat. T-Boo said, well, Smack needs to complete the objective. Andre said, I missed the ARP blog. I need to get the short version. Yeah, because it was unnecessary. See, because he didn't even really give any details. Maybe it's Virginia, Big K versus Av. It's likely booked, so that's what makes sense. I mean, that would be dope. I've interviewed Av before. Av said the only way he's doing that battle is if it happens in Virginia, but you know, they wanted a crowd for that. Andre said, I'm terrible. I see people forget and go straight to them before I think about not getting them, get within the 6 feet of them. Yeah. And so I stay my behind in the house. That's a great idea, Andre. Nick Cordero, salute. He says, as long as they comply with the safety rules, it should be okay. Smack just had Gnome X with mandatory testing and allow just one other person. Yeah, but mandatory testing costs money. Who's going to pay for that? They have way more backers right now than RBE does, but you got a good point. Shannon said facts. Pyro Pancake, salute. He said propaganda. Shut up. Andrea said there are battles today in Columbus, but I decided to wait for the YouTube drops. Andrea, that's probably the smartest move you made in the last few months. Trust that. Pyro Pancake said fake news, Orange Man voice. T-Boo says shots at me right now. You said right, I'm not buying. No, I know you're not buying. You bootlegging that shit. We already know it. Yeah. So that is what it is, man. And of course, you know, the mention of the testing that URL had. You gotta remember, URL has a major deal with caffeine right now. There are things that they can afford that RBE can't. But I would talk to the battle rappers and ask them like, fam, do you really think this shit is worth it? Because it's not. It's not. I understand we all need money right now. I need money right now. It's not worth it though. You know what I'm saying? That shit's just not worth it. The other thing I wanted to get to, in terms of because Andrea kind of alluded to it too. In terms of all these small leagues, it seems like every weekend. First off, Gates of the Garden. Gates of the Garden this weekend, yesterday and today, have two events. On these events, they have 8 to 10 battles on each one. How are you going to keep people safe? 8 to 10 battles on each card. That's 16 to 20 battles for the whole weekend. Think of how many people have to be involved for that. And think about how many people ain't gonna care, they're gonna show up. Then the stupid shit is, right? Because I just saw a clip on my Twitter this morning where somebody posted a clip of a battle that happened this weekend. And it's about 30 or 40 people in a small room, and about, I don't know, maybe 25 of them, including the host, had their mask under here. And then people forget, the mask isn't going to prevent you from catching it. If you're shoulder to shoulder with people, you're up on people, you can catch this. That's actually the fastest way to catch this. What be wrong with people? What be wrong with people? Then you're sitting there with a mask hanging off your face, and the dude said a bar you don't like, and what do? That dumb shit that they always do. Walk up to you, push you, grab you by your shirt, lift you up, all this old silly shit. My man, it's a fucking virus out here. Why are you doing this? Like, yo, this shit is mind-boggling to me. Like, yo, I can't. First of all, I would never, if I did battle, I would never take a battle right now. I would more inclined to take a battle with just me and the other person. Like, if you look at the Battle Academy, they were the first one who did an event in person. The first one. Not URL, it was Battle Academy. And it was the two battle rappers plus Stiz standing there. And in my mind, I'm like, why the hell is Stiz standing there? There's no reason for you to be there, Stiz. Get the fuck out the way. Why put yourself in a space to catch something? Then you got to think about it. These dudes are rapping in each other's face. Instead of having the mask, you see the mask. Some people have the mask with the eye guard. I know it looks stupid. I worked in the medical field before, doing custodial work and nursing things. That should be necessary. Nobody's doing. So you got to do in your face with a stank breath already, screaming in your face and spitting all in your face, but you don't got nothing protecting you as this battle's going on. And you as a fan, do you want to watch battle rap that bad? It's, to me, I don't even, these dudes just, A, they're bored, and B, want to be able to say they were there. Other than that, there's no reason I would want to be in a room with 40 fucking strangers to watch a rap battle where the spit is flying all over each other's shoulders and shit, and you got your mask hanging off your neck. It's just silly, man. It's just silly. So that's another reason why I just think these small leagues need to slow the hell down with the shit that they're doing. I understand we want battle rap, but I don't want battle rap that bad. If you want battle rap, all you have to do is either get on the app, you could get on the iBattle app, you could get on the URL app, or you can get on this app right here called YouTube and see all the battle rap you want to see. It's just ridiculous to me. Alright, man, let me run through these comments one last time. Again, though, for all of y'all, I know some of y'all wasn't in here. Pyro Pancakes, a few of y'all wasn't in here. If y'all really want me to customize a pair of sneakers, for a pair of Shaqs for DM, I need you to get to that link in the description and donate. Yeah, Seltzer Blue. That's what I'm saying. They had an event yesterday and today. It was a 2-day event. Andre said, I just watched footage from the league in Columbus. They all got masks around their neck. Yeah, fucking idiots. Um, my first live. Go get them, ref. Salute Imperial Media. Mr. 410 said, LOL. Andrea, yeah, the mask around the neck is the only difference. Yeah, they dumbasses. I was wondering. Seltzer Blue said, I was wondering why Stiz was standing there. Yeah, he was standing there looking dumb. I salute the Stiz, man, but still, man, you was looking dumb, man, and there was no point to you being there, Andre. I just gotta leave it. If they are grown and are willing to take that risk, hopefully they won't regret it. Oh, a lot of them are gonna regret it. Gates of the Garden has never, yeah. So again, the Gates of the Garden event is a 2-day event. It was yesterday, it's today. I'm assuming it's on pay-per-view. Um, you ordering it on pay-per-view is way more intelligent than you being there. Because again, each one of these cards had 8 to 10 battles on it. Just think about that. 8 to 10 battles. Just the amount of people that's gonna be there. Like it's just ridiculous. And you know they cannot help themselves. They hear a mediocre setup. They didn't even get the punch yet. And they're grabbing and pushing each other and all kind of silly shit. So I don't know. Alright, man. Once again, the link is in the description. Y'all send some money, you donate. I'm gonna do the Shaquille O'Neal sneakers for DME. I don't know, and we'll see what's up from there. Also, I'm hoping to do it in these next few days, but my one of my other channels I will start having um you will start seeing the sneakers and stuff, the videos of some of the sneakers I've done. You'll see a bit more of the process of what it takes for me to customize them. Also, if you are somebody who wants some sneakers customized, all you gotta do is holler at me on Twitter, on Instagram at JLegend100. You can also send me an email, jlegend215@gmail. You could get in this comment section here on the YouTube, and we could talk about it. But just don't hit me up thinking that you getting a pair of custom sneakers for the low. I'm willing to do DME sneakers for the low. All y'all gotta do is buy them Shaqs, donate the money. Other than that, I'm not doing it, fam. Like, I work with everybody financially, but I've had, in the last week, out of 10 people who hit me up, it's probably only 3 who we're actually gonna do some work. When I get off with y'all now, I just got a delivery yesterday of the sneakers. I got some sneakers going. You'll be seeing pictures of some of the stuff that I do on these. So salute to those 3 people who hit me up and send that. Paru said, where's the Cash App? I don't got Cash App, man. I had a problem with Cash App, so I no longer have that. The link is you can hit me up on PayPal, which is the best way, or you can use Zelle through your bank, or use the Zelle app. And you can hit me up at jlegend215@gmail. Imperial said, I saw the Venoms. Those are impressive. Thank you. Salute. Based on YouTube drops, how often a month of battle held in New York each month? I don't know now. I don't know. What card is the Lloyd Banks JJ battle? No, it's not on any card. Lloyd Banks said that he would get John out of here. Andrea says Zell is so clutch. Yes, Andrea, so send me a Zell. jlegend215@gmail.com. But again, anybody, Andrea, I know sometimes I see you posting stuff with sneakers that you like for whoever. Like I said, anybody who need a custom pair done, you can hit me on the Instagram, you can hit me on Twitter, or you could hit me up on PayPal. All these different ways for you to hit me up and for us to discuss it. Again, I don't mind working with people on price, but don't think that I'm doing this shit for free. It's not happening. You can ask all the people who bought sneakers from me. I work with them, but I'm not doing this shit for free. Them free days are over. I did enough for free. The only pair of sneakers I have here to do for free is for my son. The other 3 that I have here, someone paid for those. Those are all paid sneakers. All right. So anyway, salute. Hit me up. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll be talking in these next few days. Salute.